see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spot welds on the top and just a couple on the bottom, so there's not a lot of welding there. I took out all the lead to make it so I can clean this up and weld it. Same as in the front. This is all cleaned up. There's only a few welds here, so I'll seal weld it, make sure it's a little bit better. But the good news is there's no rust here and no rust here. Stripped the roof, the quarters. I'll strip the whole body because when I clean it up, I found a lot of small pitting underneath the factory paint. I also found some damage on this quarter. I've been working on it. Looks like it's needs a little bit more roughing up before I put any primer on it. You can see on the passenger side, there was no bodywork on this one. But again, I had to clean it up because of the pitting underneath. Interesting piece here. Again, same thing. Just a few spot welds. This one actually blew through, so that's not good. And you see here, same thing again. I got to do a little bit more cleanup here. You can see there's still a little bit of lead there, but I'm going to clean that up, and then I'm going to try to seal weld it as well. See, I painted inside the engine compartment already. I had it running. So this one had a rebuilt. I rebuilt the 2.3. It's actually from an 86 turbo coupe. I have the original engine in my garage. It's pretty much stock. I rebuilt it with bought a stock SVO cam for it because that's about the only difference it was from an engine. It's bored 20,000s with forged pistons that I bought from Stinger. I bought a Bullport T3 T4 turbo. Bought different lines for it. Buying the T3 T4, I had to go with a different sized inlet, so it's a 4-inch. So I had to buy 4x3 fitting to go to my VAM. I had to modify where the VAM is. I also had to modify the whole intake system to make it work. So I've got the cone air filter in there. You can see that, of course, I put the front mounted intercooler in from Stinger. A bit of a challenge here because, well, first it has air conditioning. So to make it all fit, I had to modify the air conditioning condenser, support brackets. I also had to put a bigger radiator, so by putting the bigger radiator, I had to modify it as well. You'll notice that there's no rubber gasket here. I had to do that to make it fit, but I did manage to make the factory rad fit. The front mounted intercooler does not have this cut in here, but I had to cut it and shorten it back to fit to make room for the fan. And then what I also had to do is I had to extend this piece on the factory Stinger, so it was just a U. Now it's at 2 inches on there. I had to build brackets for the intercooler, move back as far as I could, and it seems to be just enough room to put the front header on. We'll see when I put the fenders back on. But no, it came out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I got it running. Like I said, now it's back on to the bodywork. I was actually planning on epoxy priming it, or at least the back part, and then getting it running before spring. Once spring comes on full bore, then I will shut this down and wait till fall.